Okay, so I saw a video of I think she was like 95, 98 years old.
Black people was already here. That's a bald-faced lie. He didn't discover no America. And the ship got in troubled water.
I was watching her video, and I absolutely love listening to our elders. But when I read the comments, it really kind of makes me upset, because when it comes down to our history, a lot of us don't even do our own research or even talk to our own elders within our families to understand our true history, our true lineage within our own families, because we like to group all of us together, in which we are not. There were Africans or Native Americans, indigenous people who were already here. Being the same, we are not a monolith. There were those who were already here. Black people was already circumnavigating this entire fucking globe. It was a black man that mapped out Australia. I forgot what year it was, but it was some white, supposed to be conquerors going to South America, taking over the land. And they were supposed to go fight the Indians. And that man came back and was like, you send me to fight Indians, I'm out here fighting these niggas. Y'all have to understand our roots are already here, but also enslavement did happen as well. So people were brought here. We are a mixing pot of fucking tribes.
Europeans knew how to get over to the Americas based on maps that African people left for centuries.
We wear the gene pool of the Native American population. We wear the gene pool of the African, which is called Moors, who had preceded Columbus to this country. And we wear the gene pool of those Africans who came from the continent. And so we felt that this land, and I do now still feel this land is ours. I'm an African American. Africa is my race. America is my geopolitical place. I'm not surrendering that to anybody.
There were people who were brought here on ships. Please stop trying to say that the transatlantic slave trade did not happen, that slavery didn't happen, that all of this stuff, because you discredit the stories that are already preserved in history. The stories from the 1860s and 1700s and the 1600s. Stories like Cujo Lewis, who was one of the surviving members. They call him the Black Cargo from the ship Clotilda. And people like to try to say that, oh, it wasn't real. But Zora Neale Hurston went in the South during the time and to record and to document all of these stories. There is also a documentary called The American Experience about a Muslim man, Mamadou Yare.
This is a portrait of a man brought to America to work as a slave. His name was Mamadou Yaro, and he was a Muslim. He was painted in 1819 by the famous Revolutionary War portrait artist Charles Wilson Peale. This man who painted presidents decided he wanted to paint a picture of Yaro.
To pay that kind of attention to a formerly enslaved black man, this is unheard of.
Whose story was preserved, who talked about his voyage on the ship taken from his home. I just want us to understand that we are not all the same. We are not all a monolith. We did not all have the same history. It was some of us who were already here. We need to be well aware of what we say to other people, because there was a girl who went on a rant talking about, if the transatlantic slave trade, how did they build the ship? How did they build pyramids, darling? There was so much stuff in history that we can't even explain. But when it comes down to talking about our history, I don't like when we talk down about things that we don't even know about or are ignorant about, because you discredit the stories of those like Cujo Lewis. You discredit the stories of those like Mamadou Yare, because y'all don't know and y'all don't research and y'all don't learn. Y'all take one piece of information and run with it and say, well, it's all of ours. It is not. But this is why I do what I do. I research, I learn, I go listen to the stories of those who documented our history, who are learn so much more, who received their education from traveling and being anthropologists and actually talking to and learning the stories that a lot of us don't know. But please be mindful of what you say and what you spread, because it just shows how ignorant a lot of us are when it comes to not knowing who we are and where we come from.